scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
Hey everybody, this is Coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the former MVP Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons as they square off against the #1 pick, Kyler Murray, and the Arizona Cardinals.
What's up, friends?
Standing by in Glendale, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Coach, some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Set to go down in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20. Touchdown, Falcons.
That ain't how you spell my middle name, bro. Don't do that. I will block you, bro. Don't do that. You called me by my channel name.
Man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from.
That ain't funny. You want me to block you?
Well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
You can't get up out my stream, bro.
And that makes the score 7-0. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown.
Like I said, don't come in here tripping, bro. You will get blocked.
So let's try this again for the kick return TD. Here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchdown over the end line. The Cardinals taking over, and they do so by the #1 overall pick in the draft. That's Kyler Murray out of Oklahoma.
You know what, Prince?
Rare talent indeed.
Let me help you out,
in the top 10 of 2 sports, baseball being the other. He's got his work cut out for him. The Cardinals trying to rebound from a 3-13 campaign.
I asked you to be cool. Now you finna force my hand.
First down. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So the big fella gets on the touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And it's good to make it 10-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're bringing two hands on the ball here as they kick away. And this will be returned outside of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And now a throw and first down there, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. And let's look now at the offensive starters for the Cardinals.
It's nice to see Marcus Gilbert back on the field, this time in an Arizona Cardinals uniform. They picked him up in Pittsburgh for a 6th-round pick back in March. He's going to play right tackle for the Cardinals, a key spot for them. The big thing for him, can he stay healthy? Because when he is, he's one of the better tackles in the league.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Lawrence, who sets the throw. Screen play, Johnson. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Before this season started, Johnson said this new offensive system would allow him to really be effective in the passing game. He actually likened it to 2016 when he had almost 900 receiving yards. He said one of his goals is to become the 3rd player in league history to hit 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in the same season. And also noted that he was really comfortable in this scheme. It's like his college days at Northern Iowa when he was part of a team that based out of a shotgun with a running quarterback. 2nd and 10. Murray, the tight end Max Williams, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing this motion on 3rd down. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And the Falcons grab it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
They have to make some decisions here. That's his 2nd fumble here in the 1st quarter. And what I mean by that is, do you have the confidence to stay with him? Or are you going to have to make a change and maybe go to someone else?
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons push further out in front. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
They're trying here for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Well, that drive started. Not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. touchdown. It's Bosher to kick it away. And they will get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job. Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's back. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Grady Jarrett able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks. Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Now that last sack puts Murray in the cards in a tough spot at the ball. Murray for the throw. That makes them out for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions. And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going. On 4th down, here's Andy Lee on to kick it away. Kenyon Barner deep for Atlanta. And he gets this right away. This is a good one. This is brought up to 21. Return. 30 yards all in all. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. And we check the rushing numbers so far here in week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, they're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production. They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? This is caught inside the 15. A big pickup of 38. That's an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down to the 10. Touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons push further out in front. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline. Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing, and that team can't get the ball half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over him. Crew able to connect on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Not there.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry the ball for a touchdown. Here comes their leader and the captain of this offense.
Hey, I'm about to take a nap. Oh, yeah, you can do that. Okay. I'm live right now. Yeah.
Ready to go next drive at the Cardinal on the fence. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right? I'm sorry about that. Normally, I'm the one preaching patience. You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Throwing the front to Murray. Well, had his hands on it.
Playing football.
Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, certainly it feels like they're going to try to keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there and they want to capitalize on.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And this offense, they're in excellent field position. They take
Come to my live stream.
first and 10 on the short side of the field.
Huh?
Well, first touchdown. Looking for Ridley. This is and he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 49 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy game for them.
This defense for us so far this first quarter. They face another first and goal. Doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter as his guys continue to pour it on. First quarter touchdown run. Remember this coming on the heels of his NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance that was so great last week.
Did you feel the rumble all the way up here?
The big bodies up front.
Big bodies moving people, and him, of course, charging through those great holes that were created.
So off to a great start here. Maybe looking for award number 2, adding to the award that he won last week in the NFC. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone.
All right, so I'll be right back. Is that shit? I'm back, y'all. What's good?
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as all sails over the end line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go.
Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make the play.
Murray has it stripped, and the Falcons grab it. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon team.
Again with it.
They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
What you want, Prince? You come in here talking crazy, gonna get blocked again, bro. It ain't Alabama.
And you can bet they're bringing 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away for the next return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Oh, shit.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start the drive. And losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. First play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Counter throw. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
So time to start going in the other direction. They come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Ted McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And take it right on the 30. Touchdown, Falcons! It's a punt return score of 70 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, what a game for him. He hits for the return cycle, so to speak. He had the kick return. Now the harder part, just got the punt return for a touchdown.
And I would imagine that the special teams coach, as the ball left the punter's foot, he was thinking, should have kicked away from him.
Yeah.
Should have kicked away from him. He's in a groove, and sometimes you get those grooves or those zones in a game, and he's in one now. He's in perfect sync with his teammates blocking, and he knows how to find the end zone.
A point after try forthcoming. And the route is on here in this first half. It's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And they'll carry the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here is the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. The second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
sometimes you take out all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
If he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if you bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
45. Mike.
Now throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and that'll make it 3rd down. A young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have...
And nothing but ding on the head. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there on the screen pass. 52 yards. This is something that we know that they like to do, incorporating him out of the backfield into their passing attack.
And it's not just a check-down option either. This is a full part of their offense, and they rely on the fact that they can get the ball in his hands.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Behind the line. What a difference Cooper makes. A huge step forward and then a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play, because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. We'll have stats and scores from games in progress. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there, Ryan to Jones, 56 yards.
They've done an excellent job blanketing Julio Jones here in the first half. That's just his 2nd catch. So as they head into halftime, the Falcons have to ask this question of themselves. How do we get the ball to number 11?
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Murray. He's got it to Williams. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, as an offense, you know, some drives you have it, some drives you don't, and this one looks like a you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't pull him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. A great return there of 22 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime here, and we now proceed to the start of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Well, later tonight, we have more football, Sunday night football, a good one out west. Steelers and Chargers might see equal amounts of black and gold mixed with a powder blue in the stands for that one. And then tomorrow, Monday night football, Detroit and Green Bay battle in the NFC North from Lambeau Field. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Murray now on 1st down, and his throw is incomplete. Charles Clay is tight end, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. A second, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, 39 yards.
What up, Zane?
As his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A handout out of the pistol straight. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Here's Andy Lee now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. This is fielded at the 27. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well.
Check, 43. Watch the play.
Now Ryan on 1st down. He's going to run forward, deep left side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Murray now. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. Now it's Murray. And that's off the mark, incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Andy Isabella was the intended target. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run with Drake. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
To throw, it's Murray. This is intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. Still on his feet. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Freeman again. Freeman a first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
I let you go the other night, but not tonight.
Yo.
Gotta have some treasure and some things tonight.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now. Really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. fair to say hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Stays on his feet. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Got it.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach. And this is caught inside the 5.
Come on, fellas.
He could have gave me that because he got right in the touchdown
First and
line.
goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. Well, Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman taking it in as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Murray now to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? You don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated.
Everybody
The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always...
And he can't escape.
How you gonna let this man get to me before I throw the ball?
Michael Johnson marches in to sack him.
Yeah, how y'all gonna let this man get to me? Y'all need to block.
It's 2nd and 20. Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Again, it'll be Freeman. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They have full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's a lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman.
Maybe they waste no time, huh? That's what I thought about. Waste no time.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Cardinals. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense.
Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
What's up, Patricia? Hey, Trisha, do me a favor. Get your little friend before you get his feelings hurt, cuz.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last possession really good punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup.
You coming in my live, all disrespectful and shit.
All you can do.
Throwing now is Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete.
Oh, come on.
Past the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Mother.
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during the game, and they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. When he stands up to the pressure,
man, nothing much. I had to bury my mother-in-law last week, and I got to bury my grandmother this week.
Personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's all good, but, you know, hey, I'm hurt.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point.
I'm live right now, you.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. One of the
I was live at 12 o'clock, and I was live at 6.
75 yards, 6 points.
Okay, 2 times. I was like for 10 hours for the past few days. Wow. No Okay. Yeah, I'm doing my youngest boy because I can't.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one
10 and a
away.
half, I did 10, 9, 10.
This is fielded at the goal line.
If you get enough people to share you over,
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
You know that,
Redbacks, stop, baby.
Yeah, I'm streaming Madden right now.
Offense at the line. We've got a lopsided game.
I'm live on Madden.
Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this?
No, I'm live on Madden.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
How you been?
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and now it's second down. Second and 10 now from the 27th. Ryan, that's going to be caught. 25 yards that time.
And they just hit another big completion there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This one's
She's singing too.
Oh, she's
on like the fifth tune.
Yeah, she left scales way behind. They used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away.
Yeah, for sure.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's get it
The
popped.
Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense is
pretty good, man.
Do they try to put together
I've been pretty
something here at the
good.
end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes
Can't
teams
complain,
want to
living
do
one
that
day at
and
a
coaches
time.
want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit.
What's up, Daniel?
Out of the backfield. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play call?
Hey, y'all,
Part of that, yes.
Hey, yo, y'all
changing
gotta
some of the
watch
play
the boy
calls,
Prince
some
Daniel,
screens,
man.
some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Another wayward pass.
Oh.
You know, things started out poorly in
He
this
gets
game.
some friends, but he gets his little
Frank, they
feelings
just
hurt.
really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially,
I don't even
given
know,
15.
bro.
And that will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Oh, look at this.
Hey, box off the hook.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to get this deep on Arizona's side of the field.
Check how you set that up.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at
And they're going to score.
Hey, Brooke, I'm going to be right back.
Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it out.
Who able to connect on the extra point. They've gone final now from Los Angeles. And emerging victorious in that one, the Rams. Jared Goff, 2 touchdown passes in the W.
No, it's one of the YouTubers. They're live with other people on there.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away.
No.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one.
I'm live right now.
It's a message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this.
I'm live right now, you know what I'm saying?
Be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole team.
I'm live right now, you know what I'm saying?
Don't forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows?
All right, y'all. That's
again.
the end of fourth quarter. Week 6. Week 7 will be next Sunday, so I hope y'all ready. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much
So
easier.
I appreciate y'all coming to the stream, hanging with your boy for a while.
And a different flow.
So for the Falcons, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us.
What's poppin'?
What's happening?
I don't even know. What's shaking?
We're shaking the back.
Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
What Jack doing?
In the wrong team.
You was in the room with her
No.
when you got off the line.
No.
In front of me. Huh? You said I'll be back, y'all, and you went out the room.
And I came right back.
You was talking to Jacqueline. You